anymore. I think that's against the law. I think that's against your privacy rights. And forcing me to do a medical procedure before I can be employed there doesn't make sense to me. Does that ring true at all to you, or do you still think they have the right?
Yeah. No, it does in a way, but I think that in the end they have the right, and it's their business. If you don't want to live by their rules, you don't want to live by their rules.
Well, all due respect, either we have constitutional rights or we don't. I mean, you're literally talking about having to expose your privacy rights and just get rid of them to go be employed somewhere. You know, an employer can't ask a woman, are you pregnant? They can't.
That's true.
They're not allowed to.
But
why not? So I can't ask you if you're pregnant, but I can say, have you had a needle jabbed in your arm? Really? You don't think it's covered by the same privacy stuff?
I think that is an issue, yeah. That is an issue, but I don't know, I've just always felt they have the right to say yes or no, and I would just be upfront and say no.
Carol, I appreciate that you did say no. I'm just so surprised that you think it's okay. Well, let me ask you one last question, because this is intriguing to me, and hopefully you understand I'm being respectful with you. I'm not mean or anything to you. I understand where you're coming from. Here's the question. I go and apply for a job, and the employer, the potential employer says, okay, but listen, everybody who works here has had their appendix out. I'm going to need you to get your appendix taken out before you can work here. Do they have the right to say that?
Of course not.
Well, why not? What's the difference? It's their private business. Why can't they make sure nobody has appendix?
Well, then you can choose to not work for them.
No. The moral issue that we're talking about here is all the same. The employer either in your mind has the right to tell you to do a medical procedure or not. You said, of course not for the appendix, but of course for the shot. Why? What's the difference?
The difference is the shot is not as invasive.
Oh.
And I don't.
That's okay. All right.
I know.
Come on now. So you're okay with a little bit of invasion of your body, not the full-on invasion.
You know, I think that the fact is I don't mind telling them yes or no. I'm that kind of person.
Oh, no. I'll tell them no as well, but if they say it's required, I'll say, okay, well, expect a lawsuit. Because I think there is a privacy suit here, without a doubt. Carol, I hear you. I appreciate where you're coming from. The angle doesn't make sense to me because, you know, when I take it to the next level, which is not really that far, and I say, okay, how about this other medical procedure? Can they have that? Can you say you have to have had an abortion before you come to work here? Of course not. That's ridiculous. It violates the same law that the Supreme Court ruled on in Roe v. Wade. That was a privacy case. So I should give up my medical privacy, but we should have 900 abortions a day at Planned Parenthood, and that's all legal. And I can't ask somebody not to have one, and I can't pass a law saying don't kill the unborn baby.